What's going on, everyone? Let me get a boom. What's going on? Here with Alan Roberts. What's up, homie?
What's up, man? We're about we're
Oh,
about to
so
find out. We're about to find out if I can find the exact boiling point of brain.
now there's
So,
no you're going to be fine. So just a heads up, this is not going to be a roast. As
no,
much as I know everybody came here for it, thumbnail was clickbaity. What we want to do, see, Alan and me have come a long way in the past year and a half, 2 years, and now we're business partners, and now we have literally the best-selling appetite suppressant, to my knowledge, of all time, no morbidity. And so we need to be professional. Another thing is we have a competing brand with Greg, meaning that we both sell sport nutrition supplements, and we just don't want the smoke of lawyers and this, that, and the third. Although we're not going to say anything that's defamatory or libelous,
no.
I just don't think anything is gained by you guys or by us by just going here and trashing this man right here on your screen. So what I would like to do, Alan, and if you want to do something different, is play what he says and just go over like our thoughts on it and what what it is that he did right or wrong, but also as a preface, essentially, so a competing person went out, tested his Turkestrone, and it came out having literally none of it, but it did show that it had something called ectosterone in it. So there's a whole lot to unravel here.
But just so everybody understands, I don't understand this side of the business, and I'm obviously now in business with Mark with this. So as we were talking, like, because I see the tons of videos, like Kenny KO's in a video, John Bravo, like, and it's a thing because it involves both Greg over here and not real place for more place for more dates, Derek.
Yeah, more
right?
plates, more dates. Derek's a good dude. I love
Yeah,
Derek, and I think
and
he's handled this situation like a champ. Because he's addressed it head on. He's presented his own testing, and to my knowledge, they don't use the same manufacturer. So
right.
Derek is good. Derek is good people. Like, Derek's a guy who we would get along with 100%. I've spoken to Derek. I have great respect for Derek, and I like Greg. I've come a long way. I don't not like him. So well, let's play it.
And so I looked into this as I read the subreddit, and I'm like, what is going on? So obviously I contact the manufacturer and say, you seen this? What do you have to say to this?
Okay, that's the intro to get your attention. First of all, he's going to get into this more, and I have a lot to say about this. He should know without contacting the manufacturer if the testing was done or not, because what that shows me, that makes me question if this is an NSF or a GMP lab. NSF and GMP labs test on the way in and way out. Now, I'm not saying he isn't, but there are levels to this. So let's go for it.
Coach Greg, and I'm here on vacation in Magnetawan.
He's making cash on that Turkestrone, bro.
I'm gonna be super, super nice because I really do want to learn. I don't know this side of the business. I just want to learn about it because I mean,
just relaxing and
it's
Yes,
interesting that he's using his like normal voice though. So,
it is, isn't it? So
yeah.
so you're saying that he uses a fake voice? I thought you were gonna be nice.
That dude, that's me being super nice.
Oh, that is nice.
Like,
yeah, there's a lot you can say.
Yeah.
apparently subreddit is blowing up. People are talking about Turkestrone, that, well, it's not real, that it was never real, that we're scamming people, pretending that we have Turkestrone when we don't. Does anyone actually believe that?
Well, I mean, I think there's a case to be looked at because we saw a test and it literally had zero. Now, we'll get to the competitor thing.
I think maybe 1 in 1,000, maybe.
No, there's 2 here. At least 2 in 1,000. Anybody in the comments section got anything?
A rare person would act.
My biggest thing about all this stuff is it's the same thing. If you look back at the spike dosing of protein powders, I think you actually exposed that too, where it's like supplements are actually very, like, as long as they're not overblown or anything like that, they have their place, and to basically make people not have faith in them is not great. Like
It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts people
because what we're seeing, like Alan is literally getting people calling him crying because they're finally able to control their appetite.
Right.
And that's what we do this for. For me, I coach kids because man, I saw a kid use proper arm drive for the first time in their life, decrease their 40-yard dash time. That's what I love that. But imagine if you have someone who's morbidly obese who can't control their appetite. See, that's why we do it. But yeah.
Actually think we're that stupid. To the rest of you that know we would never do this, what exactly is going on? And so what's happening is someone with a competing company tested our products, of which I don't know if he actually did, but according to him, the label claims are not accurate. And so I looked into this as I read the subreddit, and I'm like, what is going on? So obviously I contact the manufacturer and say, you seen this? What do you have to say to this? He says, all our testing is done, FDA certified the proper way, what you're supposed to do, third-party testing being done. And so they're saying it's legit. And so I'm sitting here thinking, well, you're saying it's legit, but how do I trust anybody anymore? I don't know. And so
okay, here's the first problem. You're trusting people. Okay, at the end of the day, if you're using an NSF GMP lab, now this is just for everybody. That lab will test going in, going out, and they are audited by the FDA as well as NSF. So NSF, and a lot of people don't understand this, NSF means nothing. It just means that you got pre-audited. But generally speaking, most facilities will be audited regularly by the FDA. So FDA compliance and NSF don't necessarily have to be the same thing. There's also other organizations. Now, with a brand like Ambrosia, okay, we go above and beyond. We got NSF for sport, which is expensive as heck. Okay, we got BSCG testing for banned substances. So we go above and beyond because that's what we do. And it adds up to dollars a product. And as you know, when margins are involved, dollars a product is going to hurt. So that's what let me play more.
this guy deliberately lying, trying to make us look bad? Maybe. Maybe not.
What?
Maybe not, though.
Oh my God.
So just legally, just as a question mark, because I mean this is where I get to, and by the way, just so everybody understands, this is why I wanted to go into business with Mark, because he has like even when me and him had beef, like it was always runs the top of the line products, right? Like you're above reproach. I wanted something hater proof because we're trying to change the world, right? Mm-hmm. But if he is saying that he's been lied to, should there not be already legal papers filed? Like, I mean, because this is disparaging to his business. Well,
theoretically, but he goes on to explain why. Like, you got to see the video. The videos. It's, let's watch it.
Well, let's see it.
And so just like when I started selling Turkestrone, I said, what is Turkestrone? Nobody knows.
No, we actually do know what it is, Greg. It's a plant sterol. It's been around since Russia back in the day. So you have various things. In fact, in the 90s and early 2000s, ectosterone was used. Ectosterone has two sources, one being cyanotis, which is Chinese source, and one being raponticum, which is Russian source, that good Putin shit right there. So no, we do know what Turkestrone, Greg. We do know what it is because it's being sold since last century. Maybe your 12-year-old viewers didn't know what it was, but to say that nobody knew what Turkestrone is, I had an ectosterone product in 2005 called Antigen. Look it up.
What is Turkestrone?
Nobody knows.
What's with the 1980s porn music?
I love porn music. I don't watch porn because I heard it's bad for dopamine, but I love the music. Sometimes I just blast porn music.
Pretty much stands true to this day. Is there in fact Turkestrone in the product that we're selling?
That's something you should be able to answer. Here's the thing. Oh God, I can't wait to this video. Here's the thing. Let's look at Kinetic. Okay. There's the organic mushroom blend. There's the ginseng extract, L-carnitine, L-tartrate, Bacopa Monieri, energy blend. There's alpha size, neurofactors. Those are all things that are in this product. Guarantee. Test it quantitatively or qualitatively, it's coming up. What? Why are you asking us if there's turkestrone in your product? Why would any look, man? I'll tell you why. I somehow had food in my teeth. I spit some chicken on my microphone. Don't use it. I'll change the cover.
Maybe, maybe not.
If they're not selling me what I thought they were selling me, of course I want you to know about it. Do you think I don't want anyone to know? Then I just sweep it under the rug? Let's pretend.
Well, real quick. Here's my thing. If this is him trying to appease his audience, why all the editing and shit? I'm like, just sit down, explain what's going on. Like, he's trying to make a joke out of this already. That's the only thing that like has me twerked about the video stuff besides the voice. But it's this is not. I don't take this as genuine. You know what I mean? At all.
I actually think I think he has his place. I think people love him. I think he's entertaining, but I'm speaking clearly, not against Greg, about practices in the supplement industry. And I'm sorry if what I said earlier sounded personal. I did not intend this to be as such. I want it to be where I walk up to Greg in public that we don't hate each other, because if there was a fight, I'd hate to see who wins. No, there won't be a fight. I'm 41 years old. I don't even fight. And I don't fight anybody. Yeah, Alan did say twerks. I think that was the right word. But okay.
Anyone think I would do that? I don't understand. Anytime I make a mistake, do I not come out and make a video and say, hey, this happened. This is the reason why. This is what's going on. What I do know is what I used worked. Okay, time out. So the argument here from a guy who admittedly has used steroids for years and years and years is that even though the only test we've seen shows that this product does not meet label claim, because the manufacturer or maker of it says it works, that it obviously works. Look, man, I'll be real. There are steroids I have taken where I don't notice them. You know, like you don't know, like, what do you mean it worked? Like, it's such a subjective thing, and there's so many variables. Was your diet exactly the same? Was your training exactly the same? Was your stress level the same? Was your sleep the same? Selling on the basis of it didn't meet lab claim, but it worked for me. And of course it's going to work for your followers, because it's the power of suggestion. Look, man, there was a myostatin inhibitor that didn't do anything. It was made by Biotest, and it was called MyoX, I believe. And it was a seaweed extract, and it didn't do anything at all. But guess what? You had people online saying that they were gaining 30 pounds of lean mass, and they felt it, and their muscles were full. Look, dude, the power of suggestion and placebo is huge. And that's what he's trying to do here, if I'm not mistaken. I would never do that. Look, man, my products, look, man, I've never said that my natural test booster Insurgent made me feel a certain way. You want to know why? Because I'm on steroids. I'm on steroids. Okay. But I will say that here's the ingredients that are in there that you can test for, and they'll actually be in the product. And hey, guess what? There's science and data behind them, human data in most cases. Oh, and by the way, Jimmy down the road, his balls doubled in size. Not saying that happened, but Jimmy's got some big balls now.
Jimmy's got some big balls.
Jimmy's balls. All right, let's focus. Sorry, man. This guy, man, every time, am I purposely putting him in very awkward facial positions when I pause?
I don't know, but just as a real quick, I tested our product for 6 months on, then a month off, then 6 months back on before we even labeled. You know, like I gained 4 pounds of muscle in a month. What? That is an insane claim.
Okay,
like that's
honestly, Greg, as a formerly competitive IFBB pro, I bet you even if he jumped on a cycle, gaining 4 pounds of muscle in a month probably wouldn't happen. Right now, and he's older than me. Right now, if I jumped on a cycle, I'd be lucky to gain 2 pounds. I'd be lucky to gain 2 pounds. I'm in the, that's why I'm like, I'm 212, bitches. I'll address BioGrow later. Absolutely. No worries.
Yeah.
I know that for fact that it worked for me.
By the way, I didn't own BioGrow. I was simply a retailer. I never got money off it other than selling it as a retailer, and it wasn't even that great of a mover. It was good, but I sell more fucking Clash than I'll ever sell BioGrow.
You can argue all you want about it being placebo, possibly placebo for some people. I just know what it did for me. I know what it did for other people. I only reported what it actually did to people, what they said it did. I've not ever said that it works for everyone. I've never said it's guaranteed to put on 5 pounds of muscle in a month. I report what it does for me and for other people. We've talked about hyper responders, poor responders, and so on. And
hyper responder to a plant sterile.
So let's assume that this guy.
So that's not a real thing. In other words.
Well, I guess there's non-responders to creatine. But like, what's a hyper response? Like plant sterols. Like, okay.
Guy who did the testing did it all for the great reasons that he's legit and he's really good at testing and he never made any mistakes. He's saying that the turkestrone that I've tested has 0.8 milligrams and that there's 15 milligrams of 20-HE, which are both ecdysteroids.
But they are decipherable. And let me explain how lab tests work. So there's HPLC and UV, and essentially you have the control, and then you have the item being tested. So you're assuming the control is the control, right? Like there's been some tests where, for example, creatine ethyl ester, they had trouble actually creating the control. They had trouble creating the sample to go against. So Chromadex was able to actually create that. It took them like a year. This is creatine ethyl ester. And essentially what you're doing is with UV or HPLC, let's say UV is you're shining light and you're looking how it reflects and the spikes and basically you're comparing the way these different things react to the control versus the actual tested substance. So lab tests are still subject to human error. However, the fact that it did come out as beta ecdysterone, which I would argue, unless you're taking grams and grams and grams, is decently worthless based on the human data, and he's going to cite some human data later on. All right, let's go.
We don't know what other ecdysteroids there are because when you do the testing, you have to have a reference standard.
There you go, reference standard. Oh, we're starting to sound sciencey here.
Very difficult for you to understand. I don't want to get into those details.
There's no details. You don't know the details, Greg. It's not that hard to explain. I just explained it, but you had no idea that's how these tests work. So you really had to explain. They put two things up against each other and see how they match. That's literally how testing is done. It's not rocket surgery.
Rocket surgery.
Yep.
But there was in fact one human study that made it really, really popular. And was that human study using turkestrone? Nope. It was using 20-HE. To me, that's interesting.
So this is the fun part. This is my favorite part of the video.
Because in that study, they showed that 12 milligrams of 20-HE and 48 milligrams of 20-HE were far superior to that of placebo. And so could it in fact be possible that the reason the Turk Builder is working is because it contains more than 12 milligrams of 20-HE?
So basically, it doesn't contain turkestrone, which is what it's named after because it's a marketing buzz, but it probably contains an ingredient that actually works. This is the funniest argument I've ever heard for not meeting label claim. So put it in perspective. Is anybody here going to argue with me that creatine works? Creatine works, right? Let's say I go to tigerfitness.com and I buy some glutamine because I really have some gut issues, and I want to heal. I want to mediate it with some glutamine. So I get the glutamine. I notice it's granular and not powdery. So I send it off to a lab and test it, and it's actually creatine. So you're arguing that even though I purchased glutamine, because I got what is potentially a more effective supplement in glutamine, in creatine, that I shouldn't be upset that you literally put the different product. You mislabeled your product is what it is. If that's the case. And I'd love to see another lab test. I'd love to see it. But this is the most asinine argument in the history of asinine arguments.
So the claim now is, you're right, it's not the label doesn't match what's in the bottle, but since it's working for you, that's the excuse.
Yes. Well, because it's working. Like there's dudes in the comments saying, I took Turk Builder and it worked. It's like, you understand placebo. You literally have people cure cancer with prayer.
I also want to point out, it depends on, when they're on it, are they working out more intensely? Did they clean their diet up? What else were they using? There's many
It's been actually scientifically proven that people who take supplements work harder because they think supplements working for them. So there's a lot of variables, but it works for me, bro, isn't really the answer. Or we have an ingredient, even though there's none of the product intended to be in the capsule, because there's product not on the label or way off dose with the label. It's okay. That's not okay, dude. The thing is, when people buy a product, they're buying that. They're buying what's in it. They're buying the milligrams. They're buying the ingredients. Now, that's another thing, is that with the ingredients we have that we use, like Slimiluma and Garcitrin and KSM and Thinogen, these are all patented ingredients that are not only verified and tested by the patent owners, but then they're verified and tested by the actual manufacturer, because we use a credible manufacturing facility.
Right.
So if you even have to question your manufacturing facility, we have to, dude, I can have a variance of vitamin C being off and it throw off an entire run of, let's say we have a pre-workout with vitamin C in it. I had to dump a ton of pre-workout because my vitamin C wasn't within the 10% variance. And it delayed me getting it back in stock by like 7 weeks.
Damn.
So that's how it's done. Not this whole, I call my manufacturer and I'm like, what's going on? You should know what's going on. Look, at the end of the day, well, let's listen to the video. Well, here's the thing. Let me get into this. Sometimes it pisses me off when people have no business. They give us a bad name. They make everything look bad when they don't know how the processes work.
Right.
And they don't do these things. So
if you're taking 1 pill a day, you're getting 15. If you're taking 6 pills a day, like I was, you're getting 90, about double that high-end dose. One thing we will always be doing as part of Harder Than Last Time is we're working harder than last time to ensure that we have the best possible products. I wanted to have premium products second to none. The best of the best that you can get. We've already changed the formula.
Okay. I'm not seeing beta-ectosterone on here. Ashwagandha, not even using the patented KSM or any of the other patented versions. And well, at least he's using patented Bioprene.
For Turk Builder once, we altered the amount of ashwagandha to give people the best possible results. And we're continually working our best to ensure that it's the best possible product you can get. I will continue to use this product as.
So the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, that's a label issue, because the source isn't listed on the Turkestrone. It just says 10%. Where if you look at this, Slimiluma, and then it has Caroluma, Fimbriata extract, and then aerial parts. And you can look this up, guys. Garcitrin, Garcinia cambogia, and Garcinia indica fruit rind extract, and then in brackets 50% hydrocitric acid and 5% garcinol. So there's already some compliance issues on this label. Definitely compliant. I don't want to mess it up by everyone. So the compliance issues, the ashwagandha actually is compliant. I'm not sure if the Turkestrone is, and I would have to look up more. But generally speaking, it doesn't say what it's extracted for. You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't say, is it for Turkestrone? Is it for ectosterone? Or is it just some random like leaf? And what's the source? Is it a leaf? Is it a root?
So just to play, and I know I almost feel physical pain while doing this, but just to play devil's advocate for Greg, could this just be an issue that he does not know what he's talking about and is trusting people?
So the manufacturer should be able to proof this label. Okay. And the black pepper fruit extract is, if you notice, he got rid of the Bioprene, so he's using off-brand on that too. So remember, the original one had Bioprene, so he saved money going with the black pepper fruit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Unless he's using the patented and he doesn't want to list it, or maybe there was a supply issue. But yeah, 15. I mean, yeah, it's
It's the best possible product you can get. I will continue to use this product as I believe it works.
That's all we need, right? He believes it works, right? Like that's all it takes. We don't need science. We don't need anything. Also realize there's no human data on turkesterone. None. And the ectosterone study has been torn apart left and right. And that's the reason I haven't made one. And I came out with it, again, it's 2005. This is a long time ago. That's the reason I haven't made one since, because, and I can make one tomorrow. I can make a turkestrone and have it on the market in 2 weeks.
If you don't believe it works and you don't want to buy it, then don't buy it. And so please, thank you for your patience and understanding, doing the best I can in dealing with this, especially while in Magnetawan. I'm literally in a cottage here. I'm not.
That looks more like a Holiday Inn Express. Somebody said in the
I'm doing the best I can to meet your claims of fraud while staying on vacation. I'm doing the best I can to meet your claims of fraud.
He needs to work in DC.
Yeah,
he's like the white male AOC. Oh, I was so scared in the Capitol building. You weren't there. Oh,
yeah, you weren't there.
Oh, I'm gonna have to trade in my Tesla. Woe is me.
Not able to research this as well as I would want to. And so I've been accused of so many things my entire life. I had to rebuild from scratch. I've been torn down, rebuild.
So this is the appeal to pity. Mm-hmm. This is philosophy. I took this shit in college. So basically, you're appealing to people's pity for what you've gone through. And we've all used it, whether subconsciously or consciously. It's basically like, hey, I'm on vacation. I'm taking time out of my vacation. And, people have torn me down like I'm the underdog. That's not, I'm not mad at that. Like, that's what's going on.
Torn down, rebuild, keep coming back. Stronger and harder than last time.
There you go. There's the motivational speech. Should be right up there with Andy Frisella's and who's that? Who's that other guy? Who's that? The dude who is on. He's the next CT Fletcher of motivation. This guy here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
They broke me down. They will not take my turkestrone.
And I'm not going to give up. And I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to sell out. And I'm not going to lose my integrity. And you can say what you will.
Whoa! That one was almost a little bit. I
saw smoke coming out of yours. Frankly,
okay, we're good.
I'm getting kind of excited at this.
But this is the truth. I'm being open, honest, and transparent.
He is. He literally said, I don't know what's in my product. And if it's not meeting label claim, it's better than what the label claims. I mean, he is being honest.
I have no reason to lie. And you're saying, yes, you do. Money. I'd rather not make a single extra dollar my entire life than have to lie to make that money. And so if you want to support...
Oh my God, are you fucking...
I got to address this.
God. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so Gary said he hasn't seen content from me in years. I literally post a video a day.
Oh.
Gary, I post a video a day, 5 Instagram posts a day. And so Greg's working and I'm not. So this guy has no idea what I do every day, does he?
No, and the thing about these people is like this is one of these people.
Why would anybody defend what's going on here? Like I'm the bad guy. I'm literally telling you how supplements are made.
And I mean, it's obvious. It's obviously just a nut hugger.
Also, Gary, you need no morbidity. You have 3 chins.
Badly. It's these people that
reason
all
to
of a
lie.
sudden think that YouTube is the end all know all. Like you do realize I haven't seen anything from you from years. Mark is literally on talk shows right now. You stupid fuck.
I was literally in Texas last week on The Blaze. When has Greg been on The Blaze TV?
To lie to make that money.
Nah, I don't know.
Real quick.
Well, the label could be lying.
Call him up. I will have Greg on my channel any day. 5 minutes notice.
That'd be fun.
He I know he watches all these videos. I would love to have a conversation with him. He can defend this. I will act just like I'm acting now. I will try to be as professional as possible without making my ears bleed. And we can go from there.
And so if you want to support me, click the link in the description, get the supplements. And
yeah, buy my stuff, even though I just said it might not be. Look.
And as always, the Circle Diet Book, the cookbooks, coach.
Okay. Ready to go to just the 2 people setting here?
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So in summation, hopefully I didn't go too hard on him, but there were a lot of things said there that need to be addressed. Number one is, and he'll probably do a response video to my response video, which is fine. Number one is you need to know what's in your supplements, right? Like you need to actually test your ingredients and you need to know where they're being made. So my question is, if he doesn't know the ingredient that's in this product, what makes you think he knows the ingredients in our other products? You know? So, yeah, I don't really know what to say other than that. And I was actually on I was on 2 shows last week.
Yeah,
I was on Slightly Offensive, and I'm about to just get rid of this guy. So anything to add on that, Alan? Again, I wanted this to be more educational.
And here's the thing, man. I found it educational because my thing is I don't understand how like shit like that, because this was when we talked about, like a year and a half ago about making this product. This was my worry. You know, like I mean, I told you like it has to be right because it has to do what it says we're going to do, and it has to be equivalent to what it is. And that's why when I came to you, you were like, "We use all patented ingredients. We'll use them at the doses that are helpful, and we're going to test it out first." And that's what we've done. And my biggest issue about this, it's just to a great degree, performance supplements need, like any supplement, you should really want the backing for. If there can't be science behind it, I don't understand the point to it necessarily. Like we know caffeine works, we know creatine works, we know scientifically that beta-alanine combined with creatine work. Like I just like, so when we get into like vague areas, like something that may or may not work, and then it's may or may not be in the bottle, there's too many may or may nots, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. Well, that's pretty much it. We broke it down part by part, and I hope that he gets his shit together. But even if he does, I just, again, this isn't about me liking or not liking Turkestrone. This is about meeting label claim. That's it. Or knowing what's in your product and manufacturing processes and everything. So let's get to question. Let's just answer these things, and we got time. Yeah. You got time, Alan?
Yeah, I got time.
Mark, what happened to saying you went pro on TRT, but here you're saying on steroids? Obviously, that's saying it seems like you're meant. No, never said that. Steroids are TRT, and TRT are steroids.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that. He made millions selling a product with no idea what's in it or side effects. I would say the side effects are probably very low, if any, for a plant sterile. But with no idea what's in it is the part that, because he even said it's so it went on to promote ectosterone instead of saying this video wasn't about ectosterone. It was about whether his product had turkestrone. That's it. Let's see. Looking for another comment. Drop the link for your fat burner. If you go to we don't have it in stock. It'll be in the next couple weeks. Keep an eye on it.
Yeah. I put the link for No Morbidity in there too.
Oh, sweet, perfect. Dying to see your take on. Okay, this is from before the video. Let me go down. So yeah, Kenny KO. He did a video, and it was a little more trash talky. I don't think ours was trash talky. It was pretty much saying what was going on. So Derek and More Plates, More Dates. I don't think he was scamming. I think Derek's trying to handle the situation. I do. And I don't know if we know they use the same manufacturer. I think there's a lot of people who are speculating they do. I don't know if they do, but that's besides the point. Either way, they should have those assurances from the manufacturer. Derek says some of his batches may be underdosed. Oh God. Well, I mean, again, he's nipping it in the bud, not just saying, well, it works for me. You know, Derek's actually getting to the root of this, right? Not all turkestrone products are the same. Well, I mean, there's different extracts. There's different percentages, and there's different standardizations. Okay.
I mean, Mark does. I can tell you that, and I won't. Like, I've read every study on the product I've got with them. You know, like I think that's due diligence. If you ask me, let's be honest. How many fitness influencers actually know what's in their products? I get More Plates, More Dates does. A lot of people just purchase products and have them branded under their name. Mark, is that true?
What was that? I'm reading comments.
Do you think a lot of these? Do you think a lot of these fitness people just like get a product and slap their name on it, like somebody else formulate? They don't know what's in it. They just formulate.
Yeah, most of it. Yeah, I mean, if you look at a certain guy with the last name Muscle, if you look at his product, there's none of those doses make sense. Like, why would you put 100 milligrams of agmatine in something?
Right.
So I think that for the most part, what'll happen is a manufacturer or some kind of a company would come up to these guys and be like, hey, we'll make you your pre-workout. We'll do everything. Let's just have you market it or put your name on it. And you're going to do. I actually think that Greg has enough money and he's big enough where I think he owns all his shit. And I think he's crushing it, and I'm happy for him. Like, I think
he's got a lot of money.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I think he's actually killing it where he doesn't need to do that.
There's a lot of people that bought a $150 cookbook, like a PDF cookbook.
Yeah.
Like,
you can sell there's no overhead, nothing. Yeah. It's not tangible.
That's kind of amazing to me. Like, I'm waiting for his third one to come out, and like the secret ingredient be his ball sweat. Ball sweat sold separately. You know, like, because his people will buy it. It's crazy.
I mean, there's a lot of different plant sterols and different compounds that might have some effect. Tribulus and long jack being two of them. Okay. Agree with Alan. This video is heavily edited, probably to avoid incriminating himself or saying the wrong thing. I don't know. I think he pretty much incriminated himself when he said that it's ectosterone. I mean, I don't think he cleared this with his attorney. I simply think that he made a video, and I think he's being honest. That's the thing, is I think he is being 100% honest. I didn't see one lie in that video. That's the thing, is that Greg is being honest as hell. He's saying, I don't know what's in this product, but it appears to be ectosterone, and ectosterone works better than turkestrone. So just deal with it. Oh, and it works for me, which it probably does. Placebos are extraordinary drugs. Yep. They have an effect on almost every symptom known to mankind and work in at least a third of the patients and sometimes up to 60%. Greg shows a lab test, but it appears to be translated from Chinese. So that is a certificate of analysis. From my understanding, the only source you can get turkestrone is China. So while back in the day, ectosterone was available also from Russia as Raponticum, I doubt you could order it from Russia right now due to the embargoes and stuff, right?
Yeah, I would doubt that. He did also say in that video, like, he didn't want to it's too complicated. He didn't want to explain it to them a couple times, like, or at least once, where I was just like, but like, you should be able to sit down and explain what your products do to people.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be my guess,
Other than it worked for me, and nobody knows what it is, and we've been using it since the fucking 80s. BioGrow. Oh, I'll take it. No, I never did the same thing. So BioGrow, we carried it at Tiger Fitness. I did a video entitled "The Next Creatine?" because it was blown up and getting popular, and we sold it. Guys, I own a retail store. Yeah. My job is to tell you what's in stock. Personally, for me on BioGrow, I never said I gained anything. For me, now Jerry Ward got phenomenal results. Jerry Ward loved it. Like, this dude, even before he was sponsored by them, was like, this shit's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, here, I'll send you some more, bro. BioGrow, I never once came out with my own BioGrow. Now, we do have overtraining solution. I do believe in the recovery RFPs, which BioGrow doesn't even have. But also like the immune factors and everything involved in colostrum. And that's why
I was going to ask you if it's colostrum thing.
That's the colostrum thing. because that's all it fucking is. Where overtraining solution is actually standardized RFPs, IgGs, all that good shit, right? So I don't take back anything I said about BioGrow. I was hyping up a product that I sell without any bad claims. It's like, hey, you guys want BioGrow? We got it. It's like, you ever see those ads? It's like, if you want it, we got it. That's what we had. I didn't say you need it. I said, we got it. Yeah, I'll gladly defend that any day of the week. Let's see. Questions.
I keep telling myself a Tic Tac is going to give me steroid effect. That's funny.
Greg's content used to be great, was just education, nothing else. Now I feel like every video is just set up to sell Turkestrone in a new bar, which, by the way, is a copycat. But he literally copied my bar.
You know, the thing is, though, like, I don't begrudge him doing his grift. I do think it's shady that, like, his friend Derek made the Turkestrone, and then he made one, and then, like, he took the idea of your bar and tried to make one too. You know, but I'm going to point this out again. If you look at Greg's history, like, if you trusted him to begin with, a guy that has a shady history and then sits in front of you in a fake voice with fake body movements and like almost a fake personality, who says, trust me over anybody else, you get what you fucking deserve almost, you know?
Yeah. Mark has more brain. I wouldn't say I'm that smart, but again, I know what I'm good at, and it's definitely not bodybuilding.
I know. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Send me a message on TikTok, Mike.
So steroid saponos are worth looking into. I think they're worth looking into. I just don't think they're going to give you steroid-like gains or even close.
Mark is actually crying in a human form. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
It's an anime thing. It means you're badass.
So you've tried the Turk product. You could tell a difference. What difference? Like what? Because I mean, I've taken Anavar. The only thing I really felt a difference on, like as a steroid, was I mean, I'll feel a difference on Clash or Kinetic, but anything or like something that blunts my appetite, like No Morbidity. But like, I've never felt that whole like I'm on steroids thing. I've never felt that. For me, I only feel toxic. Like if you're on a steroid that actually works, like Tren, like you're going to feel toxic. You're going to feel like shit because your body's processing all the toxins. But what do you mean you feel different? Like your pocket feels lighter. I'm just playing. But like, what does that mean? I feel a difference. I can tell a difference. Because honestly, like even when I'm on, people like, man, when I'm on cycle, maybe I just suck, but I just don't get that. I don't know if you do, Alan, but.
You know, I mean, the thing about what I like about supplements, like the only reason I didn't like the first couple of days we were on ours, I was on ours. I was like, I'm just a little less hungry. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I forgot to eat today. You know, like, and for me, that's such a huge thing because I'm a binge eater, you know, like my life revolved around the food. As for like the only other ones that I've noticed like on or off it, man, like Mental Jewels just really fucking, you know, people talk about hyper responders. Somebody actually put it in there. Mental Jewels, if I take 4 capsules of Mental Jewels, I can fucking see molecules.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like neural and I'll feel like energy stimulus, like nootropics or pre-workouts. But like, I've never felt an androgen. I've never felt anabolic. I've never been like, man, I just feel anabolic. Like maybe more strength in the gym is what he means. But even,
I don't know. I mean, I took DHEA for a long time and I never noticed on or off, to tell you the truth. And I'm on an estrogen blocker right now. And I got to say, I don't notice the difference. I can see it in my body, but I don't like feel the difference, you know?
This beautiful young lady just mic dropped the entire and summarized the entire 44 minutes we've been talking with 2 simple sentences and a period. It being effective or not isn't even relevant. You can't mislabel products, period.
Well, what happens if that happens if there's something in there that somebody's allergic to?
That's why you meet label claim. I think that's where we got away from it in this video is that we need to talk more about the dangers of having mislabeled products. And Greg literally went on and said he doesn't know if his product is mislabeled, but if it is, you're getting even better results. That's scary.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. You're having a consumable good that you're ingesting. And the guy who is responsible for making it and testing it and marketing it and selling it is telling you that he has no idea what's actually in the product, but the stuff in there might be better than the stuff that's supposed to be in there. I don't know how anybody cannot be scared hearing that.
Right.
Yeah, this is one, Jeff. Yep. Allergens. There's another thing.
Yep.
It depends. It's label. People talking about label. MTS and ambrosia. Look, man, I mean, I'm not going to make this about, we wanted to educate you. And if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to tell you about ambrosia, right? Like ambrosia we go so far above and beyond with our testing. It's stupid. It takes us an extra 2 weeks waiting for basically steroid testing for it, right? Like the banned substances test. That takes time and money and all that thing. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, this is why you are a wealthy man, Mark. You know your business inside out. I mean, I really care about what I do. Yep, mislabeling is a tremendous liability. That's what I was getting at. That's why people for some reason think that this is about some kind of dick wagging contest. Look, man, if his shit came out 100%, I wouldn't have done a video. I would have probably been like, yes, good. Our industry needs honesty. Instead, we have this big what to do about Turkestrone. The argument shouldn't be whether Turkestrone is actually in the product. The argument should be why anyone would waste their money on Turkestrone.
Right.
I mean, we should be debating the efficacy of the supplement, not if the supplement is actually in the bottle. That is the problem. So, and it's a black eye to the industry because he's such a big voice with a tremendous following. And this is a guy who literally has built his entire page off of roasting people, natty or not videos. And then he has an opportunity to bring out supplements to help people reach their goals. And that's what I look at supplements as. It's a tool in your toolbox that helps people reach their goals. Mm-hmm. And then he doesn't do his due diligence or his homework in bringing out true to label supplements, which is just, it's disappointing. It truly is, because look, man, I initially went off and said Turkestrone, because I kept getting questions about it. So I do a video. I'm like, look, Turkestrone, it was shit back in the 90s and it's shit now. But if somebody can get a human study or show some data, technology and extracts have come a long way since 1995, right? I'll gladly retract that statement. Yet to be a human study, but there's a lot of what you saw Greg do. Hey, bro, it worked for me. I mean, how absurd is it that we're defending people who are doing shady things? It's just crazy.
This one kid is sucking on Greg's dick really hard. Like, I bet you Greg feels it all the way on vacation right now.
Which one?
The gray, yeah.
Well, he was nice. He said that, making moves. I really hope that Greg comes out and fixes this issue. And this is not taking responsibility for it. This is not owning up to it. He did a video saying that he doesn't know what's in his product, but if the test is right, what's actually in the product is better than what was supposed to be in the product. If I'm reading that wrong, Gray, I wish we could punch him in. I want him to explain to me how anything we said is in the least bit false or is in the least bit beyond what the scope is, right?
Like that's the thing, though. I think we like when we talked about this beforehand. This isn't. We weren't trying to. I'm not trying to roast him. You're not trying to roast him. This is actually a real thing, like about supplements. And people need to start being able to have faith in like what in late. Like we can't have faith in almost anything anymore. Like if you can't trust somebody to at least even own up to something like this, what the fuck?
So.
You know?
So the FDA does have laws on the book. You do have to quantifiably and qualifiably pass lab tests when tested randomly. Mm-hmm. The reason they don't have to be FDA approved, which you guys would hate, because you'd be spending $80 for a 20 pack of vitamin C, because we'd have to go through the same testing as the big pharma, which, as you know, is very fair and they do not lie ever. So the thing is, there's an act called Doucette, DSHEA, of 1990, I believe. And Doucette gave us the guidelines for dietary supplements. The supplement industry is regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. On any given day, including today, one of the manufacturing facilities that I utilize for my products is being audited by the FDA. That's how many I work with. So the FDA does audit. However, there are still underground labs and there are still non-FDA compliant labs that exist. So no, it is not FDA approved supplements, but is in an FDA compliant facility. And when the FDA comes to your facility, they stay there for about 3 to 5 days and they go over everything, and they take so many of your resources, and they basically set you behind about a week in production. So just a heads up, they go over your paperwork, they go over your internal and external lab testing. So anybody who says that is the wild, wild west in the supplement industry, you know, they're buying from companies who don't follow the rules. And in any business, there's going to be a gray market or a black market or a market that isn't following the rules. We follow the rules. I like the FDA. I talk to my contact from the FDA at least once a week. Every label I make, I run past my contact at the FDA. I believe the FDA should be involved in some kind of regulation of the industry because we're dealing with consumable goods. I'm a libertarian, but I do think we do need some oversight for consumable goods. Food, like Chipotle, when they had the salmonella outbreaks, oh, God. We need to have some kind of a government entity. I like the FDA, at least the people I deal with there. The FDA has always worked with me on anything because I'm honest. And if I have any questions, I go to them. And I have a very good working relationship with the FDA. However, people selling SARMs and people who, I don't know what's in their product, they probably don't have as good of a relationship with the FDA as I do. So you're not going to hear me talk shit about the FDA. Even with the shot like approvals, different department. Like yeah. I look, the supplement arm of the FDA, a lot of people throw shade at them, but I think that they've been more than fair throughout my 20 plus years in this business. And we have had some things where we had an ingredient that was about to get chopped, but they give you plenty of warning. Like everybody's going off because hygenamine, people are getting letters for that. Dude, we were told about that shit 5 years ago. If you're still using hygenamine, you're an idiot.
But I think the 2020s have proven there are quite a few idiots in the world. I mean, who don't give a shit about what they put in their body. So,
yeah, but what's crazy is the internet and YouTube allows us to earn trust, and by giving information. So when you have somebody who utilizes that and comes out and says they don't know what's actually in their product, that's scary. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. I was checking out. Somebody just said he uploaded. I thought he maybe uploaded about us, but no.
No. I mean, he's already, and I deserved it. because I kind of went off at him because Chris did, and that was kind of stupid of me. And I apologized, and people said I was a bitch, and I'm like, no, I was wrong. Can't I just be wrong?
Yeah.
But look, man, I hope everything goes well. But honestly, the supplement industry is you have to know what you're doing. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of legalities. At the end of the day, you're producing consumable goods. And that's a huge responsibility because people are ingesting these. And when people ingest things, they're taking a risk. So that's really
that's one of the reasons why, like for all our stuff, like the patented ingredients that pass safety. That's what I like.
There's safety data and there's GRAS status. All these ingredients have GRAS status. Generally recognized as safe is what GRAS means. By the way, Jacob, so again, there's different departments in the FDA. I deal with the natural food side for Outright Bar, and I deal with the dietary supplement side. And again, I've had nothing but pleasurable. Obviously, it's not pleasurable when the FDA contacts you, but they've been very kind. They've been very kind and very easy to work with, and they just want to make sure the people I work with, that people are safe. And I'm not saying, dude, people do trust the FDA.
Yeah.
But again, the side I deal with is the side that keeps people in check from serving you poison.
Yeah.
I think that's a noble job.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like the same thing. There's good and bad cops too. You know, like, I mean, absolutely.
No, ACAB, bro.
No shit.
I'm going full Antifa. Anyway, that's that. Hopefully, if Greg watches this, he doesn't take this as an offense. He will.
Yeah. I could have been way worse.
But I just want you guys to understand how this stuff is made. I want you guys to understand what to look for.
And thank you for explaining it. Like, I mean, like I said, I asked Mark about a teachable moment. We figured we'd have everybody have a teachable moment from him. You know?
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, let us know. You could DM me on Instagram at Mark Loeblein or DM Alan at MFCO.
Yeah.
And keep in contact with us. You know, it's it's really oh wait, here's some. This is something. His policy: if you buy his product, no refund. If you buy his training, he'll train you through online coaching. Buy his cookbook, he'll give you the link page. Wow, you know, Tiger Fitness, and that's the thing. If you're stupid, if you're an asshole and you don't like No Morbidity, you don't like Planta, you don't like Clash 3D, you buy it from tigerfitness.com. We have 100% money back guarantee.
Right.
Because we stand behind our products. See, the thing is, you can do two things, man. I've been in this industry a lot longer than Greg. And the reason is I don't screw people over.
Yep.
So you can make your millions of dollars really fast and not look yourself in the mirror at night and go on your vacations. Or you can grind. You can work up from lower class to middle class to upper middle class to rich as fuck. Yep. It just takes longer.
Absolutely. Hey man, but I wanted to thank you again. I'm going to get running because I have clients. Speaking of like this guy was like, he trains you through online. Like I actually talk to my clients every day. I have actual video consultations with them.
All right. Well, thanks, Alan. We'll let you go. Thank you guys for watching.
Man, thank you very much, man.
See you next time.
Bye.